everybody, my name is Lauren and I am the omnivorous bookworm. So in this video, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite videos to watch. So I thought I'd make one. These are tropes that I really hate, but they're tropes that I didn't realize I hated until recently. So I'll get into it more, well, not recently, I would say within the last few years maybe. And so it's not something that will turn me off of a book. Like if I see that it's in a book, I might still read the book, but it's definitely not going to be a selling point to me. There has to be other things in the book that I'm really going to want to read it to make these work for me. So maybe let me know if you relate to any of these or if you think I'm crazy. Not crazy, if you think I'm like strange, but or if what are some that maybe you didn't realize until later on or recently that you didn't like? So the first one I have is a road trip or a quest. So again, I'm okay with a road trip or a quest, but I don't like it. I think it's like the same reason I don't really like traveling, but I like to go places. So if it's a road trip, I find myself just like, okay, all right, we're going to the next place. We need to get to the end. And I'm not really enjoying the journey as much unless there's a reason to enjoy the journey. But I find myself just sort of feeling like, okay, let's go to the next. And I think this is why, because when I was a lot younger, I thought I didn't like fantasy. So I would always say, oh, I don't like fantasy. I don't like that. But it didn't have anything to do with I liked all the magical creatures. I liked the magic systems. I liked the world building. And then I realized I think I don't really enjoy because so many fantasies, especially in the, vein of Lord of the Rings, it's all a road trip, it's all a quest. And again, it's not that I dislike books that have that in it. It's just not something that I enjoy. I also don't like road trip movies unless I don't know, something else has to bring my attention to overcome these things that I don't like. I guess that's a better way to put it. All right, the other thing, and I think this goes with it. So I don't like books on boats, trains, or planes, unless it's a mystery. If it's a mystery, I'm okay with it because I like the closed circle mystery. I think it's really interesting. Again, I love cozy mystery. So for Agatha Christie books, I'm fine with that kind of stuff. But if it's just they're on a boat, they're on a train, I don't know. Again, I'll watch it, or I'll watch it, I'll read it, but it has to have something else for me to enjoy it. I also really, really hate zombies, and I realized this. And I don't know why. It's not just that they're scary to me. They're just so disgusting that I can't even enjoy being scared by it. So I really I will never pick up. This is probably the one that, I would, unless that's a minor part of the story or there's some kind of a twist on a zombie that makes it different enough that I could handle it. I just really don't like zombies. I don't want them in my books. I don't enjoy it. And I guess it's just the whole, if I just think about, I can't. It's just too much. I don't like it. Okay, this also, number 4, I guess. Being lost for an extended period of time. Especially if they're lost in the woods or they're lost outside somewhere. But when they're lost, I just find it so frustrating. It's hard for me to focus on things that are happening or what they're doing because I'm just like, oh my gosh, just find your place. And maybe it's because I'm easily lost, so I get that anxiety. But I don't like it when they're lost, but I can overcome it. The next one is one that I don't mind it. This isn't one that I dislike as much, but I don't like it. So I know if a book has a lot of these, it has to have more than this. So if it has lots of battle scenes or sex scenes, especially with very graphic details. So I don't mind a battle scene. I don't mind a sex scene in romance, but I'll usually kind of skim it because I don't find it that interesting. I think a lot of times you don't see them written extremely well sometimes, or it's sort of a stand-in for like, instead of showing you how we got here, we're just going to have this big like scene that's very dramatic, and then like we're gonna, I don't know, figure everything else. And I think this is also a reason why I thought before that I didn't like fantasy as much, but I realized I don't care for fantasy that just has a ton of battle scenes. Again, I don't mind it. It's not something that it doesn't bother me. It's just not, just don't find it that interesting. So if that's the climax, like hopefully there's other things that are happening as well with character development or something that would make it more interesting to me, but it's not something, I just feel lukewarm about it. And then the next one, I realized I didn't like this when I read some cozy mysteries that had it, and it was such a turnoff. I was like, no. The next one is talking animals, unless in high fantasy or children's book. So if we have talking animals and we're in a magical kingdom, like, okay, I'm okay with that. Or if it's a children's book, of course, like that's fine with me. And I like children's books. But if we are in low fantasy, like I love books where we have magic in modern day. I like urban fantasy. I enjoy all those magical aspects. But for some reason, if we have low fantasy and suddenly like your dog starts, I don't know. I hated that. I was like, what? No, I don't like that. That's cheesy. And it was such a turn off for me. Like I DNF'd the book. So I was just like, I can't deal with it. So, but now I know I don't like that. So that's helpful for me to know. So let me know if I'm alone. Like, is that weird that bothers me so much? I don't know why it bothers me. I get like, this is all me. I'm not saying that you should like not like these things. All right. So the next one I have is body horror and over the top things happening without good explanation or reason. So I don't know if it's because I'm visually impaired, but I can watch, like if I see something, it doesn't bother me. But if I hear something described with a lot of blood and a lot of, it really bothers me. And like I have passed out before reading a book where they described like that when she was walking, it felt like pebbles in her skin, and it bothered me so much that I stood up to go to the bathroom and I fell over. So I'm strange, but that being said, like it's not, sometimes I'm okay with it. Like it's not like if there's a reason for the body horror or there's a reason for like blood, like I get it. Like it's needed for the plot. But if we're just having it to be like a shock value or like, oh, look how gross this is, then I'm just not here for it. It's not interesting to me, and it might make me pass out. So, I think that's the last one. Yeah, it is. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Hold on. Oh, no. Yeah, that's the last one. So let me know, what are some tropes that you don't like that maybe are a little bit specific or a little bit different than what other people might not think is weird, or something you found out recently. I think it's really helpful to know these things, because otherwise I would just go in before and be like, oh, I didn't like that, but I didn't know why. And so I think it's really helpful when you know certain things that you are not going to be as excited about, or things that you're not going to like as much, because then you have to decide, okay, is there enough in this book that's going to offset this thing that I probably am not going to enjoy? And it helps you to be more successful in picking books that you like. So let me know if you think I'm strange for, some of these. I think I am. So thank you for the 10 people who will watch it. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.